But first, a huge loss for generations of University of Hawaii sports fans.
Legendary sportscaster Jim Leahey, the voice of UH sports for decades, has died at the age of 80. Leahey hosted radio and TV shows, and most notably Leahey and Leahey with his son Kanoa on Hawaii Public Television.
KITV4's Kristen Concilio tells us how his love for the people of the islands influenced his career and fueled his passion.
Rainbows have it. Lead pass to Whitlock. His shot. Good! Oh, sweetie!
The voice and heart of UH sports, broadcast legend Jim Leahey passed away on Monday. For 60 years, he brought games to life for thousands of Rainbow Warrior fans.
And he just was so full of love and passion for this community, for the people of Hawaii.
And that passion was felt in each and every broadcast before Leahey retired in 2018.
He took such great pride, I think, in supplying the soundtrack, in essence, for so many incredible achievements for Hawaii sports teams and athletes, and just a lot of memorable moments.
Over the years, Leahey mentored many of the state's celebrated broadcasters, including longtime baseball commentator Pal Eldridge. He says Leahey had ideas on just about anything from politics to religion and everything in between.
He was very, very smart, and he was so good, his vocabulary was outstanding. I used to have this little book on the air now, okay? He's using a word, and I go, huh? I go, what's that word? So I'd write it down in my notebook, and I'd have to look it up later. The Jim Leahey vocabulary book, I used to call it.
But in recent years, Leahey's health took a turn for the worse.
I'm going to miss him. It's sad that, when you have somebody with dementia, and I think that's what Jimmy had, that he was such a brilliant man that it's really, really sad for me to think about my friend that was so bright that, he ends up like that. And that's really a sad thing to me, That really wasn't, that was got to be his worst enemy. I mean, worst ever if he knew he had it.
Friends are remembering the larger-than-life sportscaster who used his humor and wit to draw even non-sports fans into the games. Basketball analyst Artie Wilson, who traveled with Leahey for years, says part of what made him outstanding was his drive for perfection.
When the flight attendants would not pronunciate Honolulu, they would say Honolulu. And Jim would call them over and say, come here. It's Honolulu. Get it right. If you're going to come to and from our island, say Honolulu, Hawaii.
Describing his father as the most brilliant man he's ever known, Kanoa Leahey says he had a front row seat to the mind and heart of the skillful storyteller with an endless love of learning and for bringing people together.
He loved to see, maybe more than anything, the community coming together. He would end every broadcast with Malama pono ke kahi ke kahi. And he's talking about take care of one another. It was a message of, let's all stay in this thing together. Life is full of challenges. Let's be kind to one another. That was a message that he carried with him to the end.
Kristen Concilio, KITV4, Island News.